What up, it's your boy King Jaffe Joe 413, back with another one. What's going on? How you guys doing? Chilling? You already know me, chilling like always. So today we come to talk about the negative, the bad, the no good. You know what I'm saying? All right, problems. All right, so when you first get your Ryker, you're gonna get your Ryker, you're gonna be so excited, you're gonna be riding it, you're gonna be like, yo, this is fun. And then all of a sudden you're gonna be riding, you're gonna be like, what's that noise? You're gonna start hearing noises. The first bad thing about the Ryker, it's a lot of plastic on there, so it's like not a lot of bolts holding stuff together. So it's a lot of stuff moving around and like banging and stuff. So when you first get your Ryker, you're first probably gonna notice is the air box. The air box is the first rattle a lot of people notice when you get your Ryker. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna start asking questions on Facebook like, oh, is this normal? Everyone hears the plastic rattle on the air box. So that's one thing. There's a couple of different ways people figured out how to fix it. They screw the air box into something else and they put foam around the sides of the air box so it doesn't rub against something else. There's a bunch of different fixes you can figure out to do that. But the number one thing you're gonna hear when you first get your Ryker is that rattle from the air box. And if that's not the first thing you're gonna hear, the other first thing you might hear is the clunk. When you go to accelerate, you're gonna hear a clunk, clunk. Everyone's wondering, you know what I'm saying? No, everybody gets a Ryker and they wonder like, yo, what's this clunking sound? What's this clunking sound? It's normal. It's the CVT transmission engaging. That's how it works, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's Ryker clunks, it's normal. I know it doesn't sound good, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying, guys? You got a year under warranty. You might got to extend it so you got longer, so don't worry about that clunk, that's normal. The rattle is normal, all right? Another problem is, once you get the Ryker, you're gonna wanna put a lot of stuff on it. You're gonna wanna put mods and all this stuff, so your pockets are gonna be empty. So that's number three. That's a problem number three. You're gonna have empty pockets a lot because you're gonna be mods coming out. You're gonna have companies selling mods for like $100, $300, $1,000. You know what I'm saying for mods. So number three, your pockets. Pockets are gonna be low. All right. All right. Number four was the another one about mods. When you're putting mods on here, this bike isn't made to have a lot of electrical on it. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a little USB plug. You know what I'm saying? Here's a USB plug. Be happy with that. Everyone's putting lights and a bunch of lights on their bike, and they're having issues with the battery dying. You know what I'm saying? Dead batteries, killing batteries. It's because what the reason is for that is the stator basically is the alternator for the motorcycle. Same thing as the alternator. It charges the battery. The stator on the Ryker wasn't built to power all these lights and radio systems. So it can handle some lights, but some people are putting lots and lots of lights, killing their batteries, wondering why they got dead batteries and lights and stuff like that.
We're kind of guilty for it because we promote it.
Yeah. We don't promote putting them all on there. I don't promote putting all the lights on there. I'm just showing you different options you can do and how to do it for cheap. I didn't say put every single light that I put on my bike in videos because I have no lights on my bike. You know what I'm saying? I put lights on my bike to show you guys videos how to make it easier and cheap, and then I take the lights off my bike because I'm probably gonna put a couple more back on, but I'm not gonna have all those lights. You know what I'm saying? Just give me all of the lights. I'm not Kanye West and Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all those lights. You know what I'm saying? I got my auxiliary light. I got my fog lights. I need lights in the front and in the back so I can be seen by other cars and motorcycles. But that's about it. All right, so let's talk about what you guys all came here for. The motherfucking VVS code. The death wobble. That's what I call it. So we gotta start calling that the death wobble. When you riding and you taking that turn and you start to wobble, you start twerking. When you riding and you taking a turn and you start twerking, and you like, hold up, I don't even know how to twerk, and I'm twerking. You know what I'm saying? VVS code pop up, check engine light. You know what I'm saying? You like, what is this? It's a yaw sensor. We all know it's a yaw sensor. It's a defect that's going through a lot of Rykers, and K&M right now, they're not standing up to fixing it. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that they got no claims on this. So if you got a death wobble and you're wobbling in the rear end, contact K&M so they know that we all got death wobbles. So your VVS code pops on. So all right, so you're riding. having fun, with your friends. What? Oh, burnout. Up, turn. Oh, I'm wobbling. Oh, shoot, yo, I was just wobbling. Check engine light, VVS code, limp home. So now you're like, damn, what am I gonna do? Good thing you're only 10 minutes away from home, so you limp your bike home, 35 miles per hour. If you got a tune from BLR tuning, and he got you a tune, you probably go 50 with your on limp mode. You know what I'm saying? BLR tuning, when they do that, when they do the tune, they change the limp mode speed. So that's one positive for a tune, is you're gonna go faster when you hit limp mode, so you get home faster. So you get limp mode, you get home. Now you're like, dang, I gotta call the dealership. Now I gotta get my bike towed to the dealership. Then I gotta wait for them to figure out what it is, right? And then you're like, all right, you've done all that, and then they call you, oh, your bike's good, come pick it up. You pick it up, a week later, same problem. Now you're like, damn, I gotta go do this again. So what I'm gonna tell you, how I solved this problem probably like 10 times. I've brought mine to the shop before, but I solved it before I brought the shop. Like, I made an appointment to bring it to the shop, and then I was riding it, and it fixed itself, and then I went to the shop anyway to check the codes, but it was good, so they didn't do nothing. So basically, my fix is the same thing you're gonna do. You're basically resetting, when you bring it there with the def wobble, the VVS code for the def wobble, whatever it is, I don't remember the numbers, but it's a yaw sensor. You're gonna bring it here, they're gonna reset it, they're gonna send you on your way. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say there's nothing wrong, because Can-Am hasn't owned up to the default of the yaw sensor yet. So what I did was, I learned this from my boy Fed, Top Notch Ryker Mods. He's the one that told me this the first time, because it happens to a lot of Philly guys. What you do is, you take your battery, you unhook your battery for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. Give it an hour, you know what I'm saying? Just give it some while, at least 15 minutes. Unplug your battery, you plug your battery back in, and you go for a ride. And what you do is you go for a ride, and you're gonna be like, oh, he told me to unhook my battery, hook it back up, but it's limp mode still on. You go for a ride, and you gun it, just full throttle. And you're gonna hit 35 miles per hour, it's gonna feel like you're not going any faster, and all of a sudden, limp mode, VVS code's gonna go away, and your bike's just gonna start accelerating. It's happened to me plenty of times. It's happened to me, it's happened to Smitty plenty of times. Now, you know what I do? I keep a screwdriver. Can-Am, they give you a screwdriver when you purchase your Ryker, keep it with you. If you're ever riding it, maybe that's why they gave it to you in the first place. Because why they didn't give us a tool to pull the little tabs. There's more tabs than screws on the bike. So they give you a little screwdriver. Maybe they're like, oh, they're gonna get a VVS code. They can unhook your battery. Keep it with you. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a VVS code, you can unhook your battery. You know what I'm saying? You at a gas station or something, unhook your battery, 15 minutes, smoke a cigarette, have a bite to eat, some gas station pizza. You know what I'm saying? And hook your battery back up, get on there, and go. When that first happened to me, my bike was down for 2 months. 2 months waiting for it to go into the shop. So I had it in the shop, I unhooked the battery, I rode it down the street, nothing happened. So I did that probably 10 times and nothing would happen. It would still have VVS code, VVS code, VVS code. Then the day I went to go take it to the shop, took it to the shop, I got on a highway. I had a tune in my bike, so it would go 50. So I was on a highway, all of a sudden hit 50, takes off, 70, VVS code gone. Take it to the shop, you're like, oh, you have no codes no more. You know what I'm saying? So what it is you can't go for a short distance like down your street. You gotta hit the top speed, and you gotta hold the top speed for a little bit before the code goes away. That's gonna be the quick fix for you guys if you get the VVS code. That's if it's for the yaw sensor. If it's for something else that might not work, for the yaw sensor, that will work. All right, so let me come over here. Come on over here real quick. Let me show you real quick. So when you get your VVS code and it pops up on here, what you're gonna do is, you're like, it says here, it's gonna say VVS code. You're not gonna know what the code is. If you hit the settings button right here, the first thing that's gonna pop up is VVS, is the codes. So usually, like right now, if my bike doesn't have a code, if I press it now, that's gonna, well, since the bike's not on, the bike will have to be on. Actually, let's roll it. All right, there we go. So usually if I press that right now, it goes straight to settings. If I press that and my check engine light on, the first thing that's gonna pop up is the codes. So you're gonna get a list of numbers of the codes. You're gonna write those numbers down. And then you're gonna go to Instagram. You're gonna go to Facebook. You're gonna go to Instagram. You're gonna go to Google. You're gonna figure out what those numbers mean. And then that's gonna tell you the problem. If it comes up yaw sensor or traction control, if it says traction control, it's probably your yaw sensor. So you're gonna wanna do what I told you. Unhook the battery, give it a drive. First try, you know what I'm saying? If your bike, you don't want your bike down for 2 months with that problem, and it was that easy to fix. So it's worth giving it a try if you have that problem with your bike. All right, guys. So, all right. So next problem we're gonna talk about is cosmetic. The plastics. So the plastics is plastic, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of you people live in Florida, Georgia, Texas, you know what I'm saying? The plastics really can't be in the sun, they start warping. I've seen like 2 bikes that had, and their plastic started warping and changing colors. So what you wanna do is, try not to keep your bike in direct sunlight for huge amounts of periods of time. You're not riding your bike, it's chilling, throw a cover on it, park it in the shade. Don't try to keep it on there. But eventually, this is gonna start changing. The black is gonna start turning gray. What you wanna do is get yourself some back to black, some Meguiar's black to back, or anything jet black, Armor All jet black, and wipe that down. Keep that on there. Every time you wash your bike, put it on there. It's gonna help your blacks, all right? Oh, another problem with the Ryker. Everyone has it. Edit this out. All right, next problem with the Ryker that everyone has, one of the first problems as well, is the squeaky brakes. Everyone, why's my brakes squeaking? Why's my brakes squeaking? I think I need to change my brakes. I had squeaky brakes for a long time, probably like first year of having my bike, I had squeaky brakes. And hey, I just lived with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, my brakes are brand new, I ain't changing these brakes. So my man A has squeaky brakes. So everyone I know has squeaky brakes. A lot of people I see on Instagram, Facebook, squeaky brakes. You just gotta ride with squeaky brakes for a while. You can spray like brake cleaner on there and clean it off a little bit, but it always comes back. What I think it is there's a coating on the brake rotors that are making it squeak. And after that wears down, it goes away. Because everyone I know that had squeaky brakes, it's going away. Second year of having my bike, I took my rotors out and checked them to make sure. I'm like, oh, I might need new rotors. I mean pads. Took my pads out to check them. Pads were fine. So you know what I'm saying? Plenty of pad left, so there was no reason to change the pads. I wasn't gonna change the rotors. The squeak went away. We're good. So if you guys get a squeak, that's you're just gonna have to ride it out, let it squeak a lot. I think braking hard help it wear down more faster. So if you do a couple brake hards, I think that might help. I'm not telling you to brake hard, but it might help. What else was I about to say? Let's see. Brakes. Oh, and I think this might be my last issue with the Ryker. Oh, second to last. The rusty hubs. Everyone gets rusty hubs. My hubs aren't super rusty. I live in New England. We live salt when they salt the roads in the wintertime, but I don't ride in the snow and stuff like that. But not a lot of salt over here. People that live in Florida, stuff like that, hubs get rusty. What you want to do is get some caps, cover it up. Maybe some rust-proof spray paint. Paint it, block off your rims, paint it in there, then put the caps in there, cover it up so you can't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. And the last thing that sucks about the Ryker is the fuel tank size. You know what I'm saying? 5 gallons, you could give us like 7, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're riding, you really don't want to stop and get gas. And the gas gauge isn't really accurate, you know what I'm saying? So when you're in your gas gauge, your gas needle, how the gas tank is made, come with me. Let me show you how the gas tank is made. Come on, take a look. Let me show you how the gas tank is made. All right, so looking at this gas tank, a lot of people, this is the shape of the gas tank here, this is the gas tank here. So a lot of people ride, and they've been riding for a long time, and they're like, oh, my gas hasn't gone down. My gas hasn't gone down. Then all of a sudden, it shoots down. You know what I'm saying? It's because the shape of the gas tank is that you're riding, and the gas float comes up to like right here or so, but the gas is up to here. So you're riding. Oh, you see me? Oh, so the gas float comes over here. Oh, the gas float is over here, but the gas is up to here. So you're riding all this time until it gets down to here. That's why it takes so long to show. So what you can do is you can put your Ryker into like estimated range, like basically range, estimated to empty. Yeah, ETA, estimated to empty. I think that's what it's called. But you can put your Ryker dash into that, so it'll tell you how many miles you have to empty. I usually ride with that. So I use reference from both of them. I have the reference for the gauge, and then I have the reference for the miles to empty. And usually at about when your miles to empty gets to 20 miles, that's when the gas light comes on. So if your gas light comes on, you're probably at 20 miles, you're probably getting gas. But that's about it. Everything else, guys, we love the Ryker. I love the Ryker. All my friends love the Ryker. If you're thinking about getting one and all these little issues is turning you off, I'm telling you, drive it, and you'll definitely get one. All right? So to the next one, guys. Peace.